we got to make sure that this game wins Game of the Year, by the way. Do not let that Expedition game win Game of the Year. Do not let it. Absolutely do not.
What I'm confused about is what's the criteria here? Like, what more does Arc Raiders need to do to be now? Is this because it's brand new? Like, in a year when they do this again, is Arc Raiders going to be up for nomination? You know what I mean? So it got picked for other awards. Arc Raiders. See, that's weird. Why would it get picked for other awards but not Game of the Year?
For anybody who wants to tell any gamer if you didn't play the game means you can't have an opinion about it, that's complete bogus bullshit Looney Tunes type shit. I think you can have a fair assessment about certain things, like, because, user, you haven't played Clair Obscure Expedition 33, right? You haven't played it yet because you're wanting to own the physical copy before you play it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Amazon's doing a collector edition next month. That's what I've been waiting for. And I might start it up before then, to be honest, though.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's totally reasonable. And here's what I will say. I'm only 5 hours into the game playing it, and I can already tell you based off of that 5 hours of gameplay, like, this game is a complete anomaly of anything I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I can't even elaborate on really too many details of why it's so good. I'll just stick with the anomaly take. It is just fucking different from anything I've ever played.
Yeah. I do want to use this kind of moment to do a little soapboxing here for a second. If you find yourself in this position that Big Henny's talking about here, about like playing Clair Obscure and feeling like, it's just this like one of a kind, unique thing. I'm like, it's an amazing, immaculate game, but it does owe so much to like a rich tapestry of like a history of JRPG games. Like there's elements of like 100 of the best games ever made in Clair Obscure, and it just synthesizes them all into its own thing. But like, don't stop at Clair Obscure. You know what I mean? Like, if you like this, fucking play Earthbound, play Super Mario RPG, play the old Final Fantasies, play the old Dragon Quest. Like, go back and like explore the shit that they did to make the game. That's all I'll say about that.
Right. And what I'll say is I've never played any of those games, but what makes this one so accessible to play for anybody who's going into a turn-based RPG like this, there's a fine line between turn-based because of the real-time combat that this game actually has. Like, this is a super interactive turn-based RPG game. Like, it's marketed like it's a turn-based, but it kind of almost isn't because of the parry system, the dodge mechanics. You have to hurdle and jump, and you can counter attack with that as well. It's not just like you select your spell and then then your turn goes to the next one. Like, I mean, that is in there, but it's more than just that. Like, it's actually like more, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just like you select the attack or the spell and then you deal your damage. Like, it's real time gaming.
Yeah. And to sort of double down on my point, that's been kind of the industry standard for a while now. Like, an honest to God, straight up turn-based RPG is a unicorn anymore. Like, straight, like, there's so many games that have taken because like, so there's like the Final Fantasy like ATB like active time battle where it's like it's turn-based, but like your characters essentially like they have like a bar that Chrono Trigger does this. You played a little bit of that, didn't finish it, which still breaks my heart, but
it'll happen.
But where like it's turn-based, but you're like on a time, you're managing the menus sort of on a timer. And then like Earthbound is like that as well. And then there's like the Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Bug Fables, like a bunch of RPGs that use the like button timing, like when an enemy attacks you, you can dodge or block or parry or whatever, by like hitting the right inputs at the right time. There's like Valkyria Chronicles is like an example of one where like that one's kind of like a strategy game, like a turn-based strategy, but like when you it's like anime World War II and like you control the character when you're taking the shots. So like you have to like go into the character's perspective and aim their gun and shoot.
Right.
So like there's any more that is, and then like the newer Trails games, they let you like beat up enemies on the overworld and then like in like action combat, and then you go once you like break them in the overworld, then you go into the turn-based element with like an advantage or a disadvantage depending on like if they won the real-time skirmish or not. So there's like I said, there's so many ways, and I'm not trying to like diminish what Clair Obscur has accomplished. I'm just saying like there's so many tendrils of things that it has taken this inspiration from, and I know a lot of people who like this is a game that they played because of all the hype and everything, and like maybe wouldn't consider themselves like, you know, a JRPG gamer, but like that's my fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? That's like been my favorite genre for my whole life. And so I just would encourage people to branch out and like if you like this, seek out the things that it was inspired by and that it's kind of like modernized and stuff, and see if you like that stuff too.
Well, and two things real quick. The first thing I heard about this game when it did first get released, the marketing standpoint was these are ex Ubisoft developers put together to create their own game outside of a huge development company. Is that correct?
I believe so, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
like the development.
I won't like fact check me, whatever. But that's what I did here. Unlock me. Fucking Christ.
That camera was just spinning.
Unlock me. I did one slight hand gesture and it turned on. That's fucking ridiculous. And then also second thing, when I started playing this game, I don't know what there's like a certain feeling in gaming that I did have when I was a young child, and this one just brought it back up. And this is going to sound fucking insane, but this gave me the feeling when I was a child on my Game Boy Advance playing Super Mario Brothers Superstar Saga, I believe the game is called.
Banger
that
game.
that RPG. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's an RPG with real-time combat, and there's something just like there. I have a huge, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure. I don't know if that game's good. I haven't played it in so long, but I had a fucking blast playing that game. And I don't think I've played a real-time strategy, or like not a RTS, a fucking, real-time turn-based combat game since then. So, yeah, I mean, the vote's going for Clair Obscur for sure.
Okay, once I play it, I assume like it will be mine. But just in the interest of like actually putting some diversity into this, because I feel like this won't be the last mention of Clair Obscur here. My current frontrunner is Hades 2. I've been gaming a little on that.
I've heard
And that
Hades
game's
2 is
fucking awesome.
really good. And I think Man Beer Steer was really, really, really hyping that game up a lot.
Yeah. No, he's gaming on it.
Yeah. I've heard Hades. So, yeah, I guess I'll just like I haven't played any of the other games, but I know a couple of things about each one, kind of. To where like I've heard the hype from Man Beer Steer about Hades 2. I've watched multiple of my streamer friends play Silksong, and I'll be honest, it looks like a carbon copy of the first game, but you have different combat mechanics because you're a different character. Other than that, it kind of looks like the fucking same to me. So I don't really have any special interest in you know, what you call it, a Metroidvania type game like this.
Mhm.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I actually have no fucking idea about this game. I heard about this game for a week and then it just disappeared and nobody started talking about it again. For Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I actually heard this is a juicy fucking sim-like RPG to play. Like, if you're broke in the game, you're fucking broke and you can't get any food. If you don't eat any food, you will fucking die. And you need to sleep and rest in the game, and if you're broke, you can't go into an inn and you can't sleep. So if you struggle if you have financial struggle in real life and that transfers over into the video game, you're gonna have a hard time. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I mean, it looks fun to pass time with if you have a Switch too. That's all I got to say about it.
I mean, I'm sure the game's great. It does do something that I think is really annoying, which is like a completely unnecessary skill tree. Like, don't just put a skill tree in your game to fill it up with a bunch of like plus 4% movement speed or like, plus 1% jump height type shit. Like, if you're putting a skill tree in there, I want you to, it doesn't quite have to be like, Path of Exile skill trees, but like,
right,
you gotta like have some idea of what like builds would be like if I'm seeing a skill tree, I want to feel like I have choices, and it's like a whole bunch of non-choices in the skill tree in that game is what it looks like. Other than that, it looks like a great platformer, ton of fun. I'm a sucker for like that type of game. I love Astrobot, Mario Odyssey, all that type of shit. So
and breaking all the rubble looks really fun.
Yeah, shut the fuck up about Arc Raiders, Javin.
Arc Raiders has a skill tree. Arc Raiders has a skill tree you can't respec in.
Yep, that is true. He does have a point though that if Donkey Kong Bonanza wins, the Game Awards is chalked, bro. So
somebody speculated that the fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza got nominated, that this whole thing's rigged. What do you think about that? I have no idea about it. I just heard somebody say that.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think so either. I think it's just
what I do think is happening here a little bit is like, I mean, these nominations and like ultimately most of the voting like are when everybody who votes just like people like us, it's such a small amount of like the actual influence into what wins. It's mostly decided by industry like people. And so most people who work in the industry are going to be connected in some way to, the major video game companies, right? Like you're going to have people who work for Nintendo and have vested interest in Nintendo succeeding. You're going to have people who work for Sony who have vested interest in Sony succeeding. You're going to have people who work for Microsoft who have vested interest in Microsoft succeeding. And so like in that sense, you could say that it's rigged. But I think that's like, if the way people say it is more so like fucking a bulletin board with a bunch of pictures and names and red string connecting them, and it's like it's not a conspiracy. It's just like it makes sense with how people are going to vote in ways that interest them and like their personal.
The Oscars Gamer Edition.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I cast my vote. Did you?
Yep.
All right, let's go to the next page. Best Game Direction. Clair Obscur 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghosts of Yote, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. Best Game Direction.
I mean, this one I'm very comfortable just giving to Clair Obscur.
Yeah.
Like, to me, direction, I'm viewing direction in like the auteur theory kind of sense here. And like, if you look at Clair Obscur as just a cohesive package of visuals, music, gameplay, everything put together, like it is on every front, it averages just like
it's so good,
higher than everything else. So,
and I will say I did play Split Fiction with Honey Badger, and when I was playing this game, it just felt like a Diet Coke of It Takes Two. I wasn't really too intrigued by the I like throughout the whole time when I was playing the story of this game. If you were to really think about the story of it, like who gives a fuck about the story? That's not really the selling point here. It's like the level design and the quirky, fun, things you can do in the game. But I was kind of making fun and memeing on this, and I wouldn't say making fun, but I was memeing on this game a lot while playing through it. It wasn't really my vibe, but I was having a good time. But it's not like anything within comparison of Clair Obscur. So, but these other three games here, I mean, I need to play Hades 1 even before I even try out Hades 2. But also, according to Man Beersteer, he suggested skip Hades 1, just hop into Hades 2, and you'll have a great time. And you should just do that. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Split Fiction. I mean, you can kill some time with it if you have a buddy to play with, if you really feel like interacting with another human being.
God forbid. God forbid.
But cool. Maybe we go to the next category here.
Yep.
All right. Best narrative. Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghosts of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. Now, you played Silent Hill F.
I did. And I think I'm going to vote for it here.
Yeah.
So I will say there's really only like two categories I think Silent Hill F could win in, and narrative is one of them.
Yeah.
I think Silent Hill F might be the worst game with the best story. Like,
really?
Yeah. The combat in that game is so ass. It really just grinds you down, and you just want to I don't know. It's just so bare bones and like frustrating and like so forced upon you, and so like it just feels like it's not even like thought out. The combat's so bad, but the world and the characters and the story and like the sound design, especially, like, it is such a beautiful fucking game on so many levels. Just it's not, the gameplay is a slog. It's tough to get through.
Okay.
So it's like, it's a weird game where it's like I want to recommend it to everybody because like, but it's like I want to recommend it to everybody as like a fucking YouTube movie, you know,
right?
Like watch somebody could play through, because you shouldn't have to do that to yourself.
So Jabin just asked, do you know the Clair Obscur story though, like as a meme? But my question for you is, do you want a big henny summary of the narrative of this game, or do you want to go in blind if you don't know already?
I know, I mean, I know like the like I know like the summary. Like,
okay. You know the summary then. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not like in terms of like, you know, the Cliff Notes progression, but I know what the game is about.
Right. That was what my summary was going to be.
Yeah.
But I'm voting for Clair Obscur because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I don't know what story that would have, which is interesting. I'm sure there is, but it just feels like this game feels like a simulator game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the appeal for Kingdom Come, is like, this is a medieval life sim. That's why people would like to play the game. But that's interesting, though. Silent Hill F, I didn't know you hated the combat in that.
It's I mean, it's like, it's fun at first, but once you realize, like, a few hours in that, like, it's not changing, like, it's still the same, and you're like, and there's no change in sight, you're like, oh damn.
Gotcha. Okay, on to the next category. Best art direction. Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight. You kind of getting the same category, same game selections here, but you know, that's kind of expected, I feel. Best art direction. I mean, I'm just seeing more clean sweep reasons to go for Clair Obscure, to be honest. But
I'm looking, honestly, I'm looking at the right 3.
I could see you voting for Hades too.
I love the art design in Hades too. I like the art design in Hollow Knight as well. I really like all the character designs and the backgrounds. I just not huge on
The game itself.
Metroidvania type of games, but I think both of those have great art design. I think sleeper pick here though, it goes to Yote because, and I'll tell you why. I'm kind of biased for when somebody says like art direction to me against things that are like 3D
Right.
render, like realistic stuff, because to me like that's almost not an, there's choices that are made, absolutely, but like I don't know, it's there's I want, when I'm comparing art direction, I want to look and view two like totally like Hades characters and Hollow Knight characters look not a damn thing alike, right? They couldn't be more different.
Right.
That's like very stark like direction, right? Goes to Yote though. Have you seen? Did you play the first one?
I played over half of it. I stopped playing, but I mean that game is fucking gorgeous. I'll give it
is.
that.
And the thing that's kind of leaning me towards Ghost of Yote is for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Do you remember the Kurosawa mode from Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes.
Where you could like turn your game into black and white and like
Yes.
it was like they kind of hyped it up and it would be to be like it'll feel like you're playing in Seven Samurai or whatever.
Right, it looked
And
like
then,
a film.
you did, and it was like, well, it doesn't really like it didn't really change enough. And like the game is so pretty and the colors are so like vibrant and pop so hard in that game that like you just kind of were like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to the other mode. In this game, it actually works. Like the Kurosawa mode like redubs the audio with like filters to make it like crackly and feel like
that. Okay, that's fucking badass. Actually,
yeah, it actually, and there's another mode too for a different director that like changes it up a different way. And so it's like it actually does some cool things that I've not seen in another game. And to me that's like the most interesting, like that's outstanding creative and or technical achievement kind of
right.
in, and the rest of the game is just gorgeous too. So I think I'm going to go with that.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a. I mean, that's a very tough assessment for you. Like, I mean, you got a lot of reasons to vote for it. For me, it's just I played 5 hours. Ooh, I'm a vote. So that's where I'm at with Clair Obscure. All right, on to the next page. Best score in music for we have Christopher Larkin with Silk Song, Darren Korb with Hades 2, Lorien Testard. Did I butcher that?
I don't know French, main.
Homa Ottawa, and Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell. I do have a stance for Clair Obscure on this one too.
I think this is a spot I'm voting Clair Obscure 1,000%.
Yeah,
I've heard enough music from this to know this is like a generational talent.
I
mean, this is insane.
Not only are like gamers just downloading the soundtrack and listening to it like on repeat a lot of times, but I'm pretty sure if you were to go to like the view count of this album to the others, it's like more than double than the other contenders combined. So
I love Hades 2 has some great music. Darren Korb has been making the soundtracks for their games since Bastion.
Yeah.
2010 or whatever. And he's one of my favorite like video, like I think he's probably the best like video game composer since like fucking Brian Wise or whatever his name was that did like Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
That being said, he would win any other year, but Clair Obscure is insane.
It's really good. It's really good. Right.
I do really like you. Well, I guess you're wanting to use your audio, but you should listen to the Scylla song from Hades 2. It's such a fucking banger, dude.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out later. All right, on to the next one. Best audio design: Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, and Silent Hill F. I couldn't see anything being too special for Battlefield 6. I'd like to hear what Death Stranding 2 on the Beach sounds like.
Sounds like incredibly flawless female footstep sounds, probably, judging by the previous Kojima games.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's explosions and bullets. That's true, Jabin. Honest to God, here's what I will say. This is a hot take. There's one of the reasons why I do love Arc Raiders is the sound design in that game is actually really good. But obviously I've only played 1 out of the 5 here. I mean, that's just where my knowledge is at. Boom. Mm-hmm. That's where I have to go.
Yeah, Battlefield 6 actually, like, for what it is, I think it's like, I think the sound design in it, from what I played of it, was really good. But I don't know, to me it's like, I think what you're saying here, the Battlefield 6 sounds are pretty crazy, but at the end of the day it's explosions and bullets. That is kind of like a really good distillation of the argument for me, where it's like, this is insanely good at capturing that, but what it's trying to capture and like recreate is something that is sort of art, like realistic and unimaginative. Like, it's like if you're trying to capture what, like, you know, what the creatures in Clair Obscur talk like, if you're trying to capture what the, like, squelching sounds of these flesh vines in Silent Hill F sound like, that is so much more of like a artistic task to me than like, let's just, you know, like, this is real world shit that has been recorded before, you know what I mean? Like, we're recreating it.
For me, it's the sound design of the parry in Clair Obscur. You know you're doing something real good when you hear it, and it feels real good to hear it too. You know you're putting work in.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Silent Hill F, because that is like sound used in a, and I think something like Battlefield or an Arc Raiders, like you were talking about, like that is sound like used very mechanically. Like, those games, you know, you're listening in for like footsteps in the building with you. You're listening in for, like, you know, shots in the distance and stuff, and like trying to use that to, like, for the gameplay. But just in terms of like sound as ambiance, sound as like creating like a tone of the game and like an atmosphere, I'm going Silent Hill F on this one.
That's good. All right, next category, best performance. Ben Starr on Clair Obscur Expedition 33. We got Charlie Cox, Mr. Daredevil himself, on Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Rika Ishii, don't murder me in the comments, from Ghost of Yotei. Jennifer English on Expedition 33. Konatsu Kato from Don't Murder Me in the Comments, from Silent Hill F. And Troy Baker, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Don't murder him in the comments for that one, okay?
Yeah, don't murder me there. Don't murder me for Troy Baker. Handsome fellow. I do have one qualm with this selection right here. I think there are too many Expedition 33 stars here. I mean, the voice acting performances are great throughout almost all these characters, but I would like to see a little bit more reach on other games, personally.
Something I would have really liked to see in this category is one of the I would have really liked to see one of the performances from Final Fantasy Tactics,
Yeah.
the Evil East Chronicles remaster in here, because it's in a later category, and I don't agree with it being there in terms of it's not a new game. It's not even a remake of an old game. It is a remaster with some stuff added, but it's 99% the same as a 25-year-old game. Um, that I love and want it to get its flowers, but it's like I would rather a new game be in that spot and get recognition than something that's been loved and adored for 25 years, right? Um, that being said, though, the thing that they did add, the biggest change, is voice acting, like for all the lines in the game. And there's some really, really good performances in it. And so I would have liked to see maybe one of the cast members from that in here over like the third, Clair obscure person.
Right. You know who I'm genuinely surprised I'm not seeing right now is Aaron Paul from Dispatch.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely surprised that he's just not somebody who you can vote for. Like the game came out semi recently, but I mean that's like he's a superstar, you know?
Yeah.
Like that kind of blows my mind that he's not a nominee.
It has to just be like some kind of recency thing where it's like this stuff was in the works before Dispatch. I don't know. Like that's my only, because you would think you would want like even just to have him. It's like awarding Oscars to people like to like if you nominate Brad Pitt's going to show up to the Oscars, right? And then you got Brad Pitt in the crowd, and then people are excited when he shows up on screen when they're doing the people watch. It's that type of thing. So I would definitely have imagined an Aaron Paul vote too.
Right. Like I'm just baffled that he's just not on here.
Yeah.
Who did Charlie Cox play in Expedition 33? I'm only 5 hours in. Oh, is he the main fucking character? He voices Gustav? Damn. Well, he's got my vote.
Mm.
Who you voting for? Troy Baker?
Yeah, I'm voting for that Indiana Jones. Nah, I'm gonna vote for Konatsu Kato.
Based.
The Hinako, the performance of her is fucking like the guttural ass screams that this woman does in some of the sections of that game it's insane.
Okay.
They cook up over there, so definitely going for that. I am gonna be honest, this next category here, innovation and accessibility, I am not well versed in this. Like I'm so glad that people who, need certain things like in games sort of tweak to allow them to enjoy that game can play these games. But I personally I don't have to. I have the privilege of not having to worry about that. I just boot the game up and like maybe I change some settings around, but like I don't have to. So like this category kind of feels like it's not for me.
Yeah,
so I'm probably just gonna skip it.
recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. What I can say about South of Midnight here, at least, is with the art style of this game, it feels very like stop motion-esque kind of. Like that's the kind of aesthetic it looks like it's pushing for. But I mean, that's nothing to do with like, I mean, maybe there's a specific software or hardware that it used to develop that. What is cutting edge with Assassin's Creed Shadows for this?
I don't know. It's like I mean, well, I'll click this learn about the nominees here.
Yeah.
Built with accessibility in mind to make sure as many people. Options include configurable text contrast and size, high contrast mode for gameplay, optional audio cues for players with low vision, including a highly customizable audio-based FPS aiming system. Honey Badger says, been lurking and refreshing. I don't know what any of these games have done to be accessible, but South of Midnight was a really cool game. Yeah, that's where I'm like, I can just read this list and take their word for it, but like I said, it's like I don't like this isn't like I shouldn't be in my position of where I'm at in my life and what I got going on, being the arbiter of like what is the best, because like I don't interact with these features in that way. Like I said, I'm so glad that they're there. I want everybody to be able to play every game. But yeah, this is just like I don't. It's just not my I don't have a horse in that race, I guess is what I'll say.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna skip.
I'm gonna hand a freebie out. I'll just give it to South of Midnight because it's like I've seen Doom the Dark Ages, but I don't know what like ID Tech would have done to really kind of throw into that category. And honestly, Doom the Dark Ages doesn't add up to their previous release, so I'm giving it to South of Midnight.
Games for Impact for a thought provoke. Also, hey Badger, thanks for hanging out, buddy. We appreciate the
Yeah,
work.
thanks, brother. Yeah, Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Consume
Letting
me.
people without specific needs vote on accessibility is kind of nuts. I mean, yeah, like I don't know how you enforce it the other like it's got to just be an honor system. Like I said, that's why I sit out, because it's like I don't know enough. Like I am neither a scholar of video game accessibility or like, you know, a person who has to like live with how those systems play out. So it's like I'm not in either component. I'm sure there's people who are like, you know, uh like don't have specific accessibility needs, who like work in the industry, who are super aware of it, who like make games and like make them with that stuff in mind. But like I'm not that either. I'm just gonna sit out. That's all.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know for like a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I don't know anything about these games to correlate for the category, so I mean, I'm wanting to throw a vote out there.
Yeah. The only one of the I've played Wanderstop. I have not played South of Midnight, but I've watched a good amount of a playthrough of it.
Right.
So those are the only two I'm like particularly familiar with in any capacity.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm
Like Wanderstop is cool, but it doesn't like I don't know. I didn't come away from it feeling like, oh shit, this, you know, changed the way I see the world. You know, like, I don't know. This category is just kind of like odd to me a little bit because like,
yeah, I feel that.
Like you could say a lot of games have like I'm like I don't want to sound like I'm this is gonna maybe come off like I'm on a Asmongold stream or something, but like this category a little bit feels like it's like bait, like it's to say like we have a category for this because like all games in some capacity are gonna have like a message, right? Like I don't know. I think to like to say these 5 indie games with this specific set of like story metric, like it's like what is separating these from a million other games in terms of like having some kind of thematic relevance. Back to like Final Fantasy Tactics, like that is the most thought-provoking game I have probably ever played in my life.
Look, and
like I don't know.
What I'll say is to keep it simple for myself, if I'm looking for an impact, something thought provoking or something pro social meaning or anything like that, I'm going to find that in a different medium. That's not what I come to video games for, just simply put. Like, I like artistic direction like that when it comes, or like meaningful messages or something thought provoking in films. But typically, if I want to boot up the PC or the console and I'm sitting down, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm trying to wind down and have a good time is initially the first thing I'm thinking of, right? But I mean, it's nice when that's in a video game, but personally, like, I mean, I prefer it in film over games. I will say that.
Yeah, I think that's like a bit, I don't know. I believe in the capacity of games for being high art and being something more than just like, a digital toy.
Like, I do too, but I guess like if I were to scale it, there's a medium that's going to override the other medium.
Yeah. I
Like,
think you're more likely to come away like, and that could just be like, different people are going to have different like receptions to things, different mediums in general and stuff. But like, I think I'm also the same way. Like, I'm much more likely to walk away from a movie and be like, yeah, you're right. I never thought
right.
about it that way. Than like a game. But I think part of that is just like we haven't figured out how to do that with games we have with movies in the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, and also
Um,
it's the execution of it being thrown towards games too. Like, that's the reason why David Cage is like the human he is. Like, he
mm,
tries to do that and it fails every time, in my opinion.
yeah,
Like, he
he's
wants
not.
to be a fucking director so bad, I swear to God.
Mm,
Like, but he's stuck making video games. And I have a weird, like, I don't know what it is with him, but like, that every time I play a David Cage game, Detroit Become Human, or what is it, Beyond Two Souls, or the fucking origami game, I forget, Heavy Rain, like,
Next time you fire up Omicron, the Nomad Soul.
yeah. Yeah, like, that's just like, it's just a failed execution every time. Like, if you're
Mm.
trying that hard, just eat shit and make short films until you get better at it. I don't know. That might be
Yeah,
a
the
hot
games are
take, but that's
not.
how I feel.
Nah, I don't understand how so many people are David Cage build. Like the games suck and he sucks. That's all I'll say about that. Move on.
Yeah. All right. Next category. Best ongoing game. Um People are gonna hate me, but I'm voting for Fortnite. I think,
I'm gonna as well, yeah.
yeah, like, Final Fantasy, what, 14 is this?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, I think I've noticed this game gets nominated like every fucking year, and it hasn't won, and I'd like to see it win one day. But honestly, like, No Man's Sky might deserve it too, just because they literally took a scrap of shit and made it beautiful. Um, but and Marvel Rivals does not have enough skin in the game for this, in my opinion. So I'm going
I
Fortnite.
just like I'm like the least tapped into Marvel Rivals possible.
Well, in my opinion, hero shooters are not quite my thing.
Yeah, it's not just that, it's also like I don't know, specifically it's like that game coming out in the height of like Marvel fatigue. You know what I mean? Like the movies have been sucking. Like everyone's like, can we just like focus on something else for a little bit?
Yeah.
And it's like an Overwatch clone. I mean, I know a lot of people fuck with it, and I'm not trying to, but like it wasn't for me. I know absolutely nothing about like because at least I haven't played any Helldivers either because it's also not something I'm interested in. But like I have an idea of the update cadence and um what work that they did as far as like it being an ongoing game that's getting more content and stuff. Like I know what that looks like for Helldivers 2. I literally don't even know about Marvel Rivals. Like I don't know how long the seasons last. I don't know how many like what other game modes they're putting in. Like I know not a goddamn thing about Marvel Rivals
Right.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that Final Fantasy 14 is probably, if I had to guess, if we're measuring in some kind of objective uh, opinion of this, I think Final Fantasy 14 is probably the most like realized project here, as far as like it has artistic design, it has like story, it has music, it has just a billion hours of content, and they keep cranking more out and everything. Uh, I played 100 hours of Fortnite this year. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm clicking that button.
Yeah, they do.
I'm clicking the Fortnite button.
There's a reason why children still play it, and even whenever it became like, there's this whole deal where like with the build, like the build mode or whatever,
Mm.
the Epic Games does listen to the fans and like, all right, skill-based matchmaking is fucked right now because everybody wants to be a streamer and sweat this game. We would like a playable version of this game. And then they created no build. So now we can have a good time playing no build and not getting 90 cranked, or like, you build a fort or the Eiffel Tower in like 2 seconds and then you get dicked on.
Yep. Yeah, I hate that shit. And I will say too, that's even like in a year where I think the only argument for me about like not voting for Fortnite there is I think this has been like the worst string of Fortnite seasons. The Simpsons rocks though.
Simpsons does rock.
If the Simpsons hadn't like reinstilled my faith in it, I probably would have just like been like, ah, fuck it, Final Fantasy.
Sure.
But yeah, let's be real. I'm playing Fortnite. I got my Hank Hill skin. I got my fucking fire kicks on, and I'm dancing to Doja Cat or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing.
Bro,
that's how I gotta vote.
My Godzilla skin and the Nike Air Forces
goes hard.
It's a hard combo every time. Can I go next, please? Next category. My shit's not working.
Refresh.
There we go. Best community support. Did the Baldur's Gate 3 patch come out this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it's nominated.
Yeah. I think that's how I'm gonna vote too, because the rest I don't know about No Man's Sky, what the structure of that is, as far as like Final Fantasy 14 is a subscription based game. They have a vested interest in like putting new content out so that you keep paying them, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite, if there's new shit and you boot up the game, you're more likely to see what's in the shop and you're more likely to like spend more money. Helldivers 2 probably, I don't know, again, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, literally.
3,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Baldur's Gate 3 is a single player game that like got its flowers, sold 1 billion copies. Everybody loved it, and they could have just been like, and that's the game, folks. We're going to go work on the next thing. And they put out like 8 real updates, adding like new features and shit every single time, including like a really big one that added like 12 new builds or something like into the game. Like that's like a real tangible work that they did not have to fucking do.
Yeah, that's literally what the take was. I was going to say that Final Fantasy 14 subscription base updates to make the game better. That's cool. Fortnite is just bait to go into the shop and the battle passes, spend money. Helldivers 2 don't know dick about. It was split between No Man's Sky and Baldur's Gate 3 for me, and I'm just simply more of a fan of Baldur's Gate 3. And I paid for a product and I'm getting free updates that just enhance the game. More endings, more dialogue choices, more like just extra content throughout the world. And they made it to where you can just do co-op between PC and consoles. It's they're just giving it all out since 2023. So
And they're like also they've been incredibly like transparent. Like it says up there like for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. Like what's his name, Svenk or whatever, like the lead
Yeah.
at Larian. Like that dude is on Twitter talking to people. You know, he's saying what the hell's going on with their projects and everything. Like it's a very responsive, uh, transparent process
Yeah.
over there.
And literally they flat out said, "Hey, are you going to like add DLC to Baldur's Gate 3?" And they're like, "No, we're not adding DLC to Baldur's Gate 3. We're just going to make our game better and just add more content to the game you paid for." So I think that's like the perfect fit to make this win the award. I can't remember if Baldur's Gate 3 won last year because this was nominated for Best Community Support last year, and I can't remember who won that.
Mm.
Let me come back real quick. I gotta get another Coors Light.
Okay. Jabin, we missed your comment earlier about shouldn't be celebrated. It shouldn't have been sold in the first place. Yeah, I think that's very fair. I've seen that take a lot. Not what you're saying, not your take, but the um like the oh man, they fixed the game and they did all the shit. It's like, yeah, they had to. Like they were in trouble if they didn't. So I think that argument about like, oh, they took a bad game and made it great or whatever, like it does kind of fall on deaf ears for me at least. But welcome back, Henry.
Yeah. Next category: Best Independent Game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Absolem, don't murder me in the comments. Ball Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song. Where the fuck is Megabonk at?
That is a valid question. I gotta say, so I have not played Absolem yet. That is like maybe like one of the games I'm most anticipate. Like even in the discussion with like Clear Obscure and stuff, the uh this game looks so fucking fire.
Jabin
really
said
think...
Megabonk requested to have the nomination taken off. Okay.
Interesting.
That is... I wonder why that is, actually.
Ball Pit, I've been playing a lot of it. That game is really cool. I don't think it's like... I really enjoy the game. I would recommend it, but I would not put it anywhere near these other... Like it's a tough year. Like in a bad year, I think this could win. In a great, like one of the best years ever, like this is a fucking lineup of games right here. I mean, this is insane.
And, you know, when I first saw this, I was thinking, I was like, well, I really quite enjoyed Schedule 1 for an independent game. And then I remembered it's early access, so it doesn't count.
Mm.
Yeah, that full release will come out whenever the one man decides to, you know, lose 5 years of his life to finish the game and stay up for 17 hours a day working on the thing.
Look Outside came out this year, right? That, oh no, and it released at the end of last year. Okay. I think out of this set of options here, I'm gonna level with you. Blueprints might be the best game ever made. Like it's so fucking good, man. Blueprints is insane.
I keep seeing Blueprints, and it's a game that's totally within my style of enjoyment, and I just haven't bought it yet. Blueprints looks really good. I know you and the fiance, yeah. I mean, Clair Obscure is like, I don't like to view this as an independent game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is kind of where like I draw a line. Like this, that doesn't look like an indie title. Hades 2 feels like an indie title, and Hollow Knight feels like an indie title, but Clair Obscure is like, I mean, yeah, you're technically in an indie dev team now, but like you guys were not before.
Yeah.
If my original claim is correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're talking about like you have like the financing for like like actual like not just like Charlie Cox and also like Jennifer English in terms of like game voice actors is an A-list celebrity. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like if you like the resources comparatively here, it like it just sticks out like a sore thumb.
bro. Charlie Cox is in films and on HBO.
Yeah.
Um, I'm giving my vote to Hollow Knight here. Um, I got to do it just solely due to the Metroidvania, and it's kind of like adjacent to the Souls-like genre. My heart kind of lies there, so that's where I'm putting it.
You want to hear a crazy little anecdote about Blueprints? And this is to me, this is like the most indie fucking thing. Okay.
Okay.
Um, there's a web. So I play Magic the Gathering, right? And when a new set comes out, I look through the cards, see what's going on. There's a website I use that compiles all the spoilers when people like get promo cards to reveal um, before the set and everything. That compiles it all together so you can just view it all in the same place. The guy who runs that website that I go to for that made Blueprints.
Okay. I
Like I
mean,
just
it's
go on there
Destiny
one
then,
day.
brother.
I just go look on there, and I'd already started playing it at that point, but I go on there to like see what's going on with the new Magic set, and it's just like, hey, check out my game. And I'm like, whoa,
That's
what the
crazy.
fuck? Yeah.
Damn. All right, next category: best debut indie game. There's Megabonk. Why did Megabonk get? Well, I don't know. Jabin is your. I mean, Megabonk's here. Why is it not on the other one?
I'm going Blueprints again.
Okay, I'm going for Megabonk. This was the category he was a part of, not the other one.
Oh, so he asked to be taken out of this one, and they just didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we thought he wasn't a part of just best indie game. Or what was it? What is this? Best independent game. Best debut indie game. I'm withdrawing from the Game Awards. It's an honor and a dream for Megabonk to be nominated for TGA, but unfortunately, I don't think it qualifies for the category debut indie game. I've made games in the past under different studio names, so Megabonk is not my debut game.
Which
Mmm.
I understand where he's coming from, but like that takes again. I already said we already said our piece on Clair Obscure being in the indie category at all, but like you know if it's people that split off from Ubisoft, and then the same isn't. I mean, Ad Hoc Studio for Dispatch, isn't that a bunch of like Telltale people? Like, isn't it just?
I don't know if it's a bunch of Telltale people, but that's a good question. I mean it's basically a Telltale game, but how they did it. Well, no. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking certain they Dispatch. I guess the difference between Dispatch and Telltale games was like, I mean, this is just a fun fact. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, I guess. But Telltale games would be released by the time they got done finishing the episodes because they would just, create an episode and then they just release it. With Dispatch, they created an entire season and then they would release each episode by the week, like an actual TV show,
Mm.
which is interesting. But how
Yeah.
about you just?
So
I'm
Ad
playing a
Hoc
game. How about you
Studio.
just give it to me all? That's how I see that.
Ad Hoc Studio was founded by industry veterans from Telltale Games, Ubisoft, and Night School Studio.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So again, I feel like Megabonk dude, like take your praise where you can get it, because like I don't think Ad Hoc Studios pulling out their nomination. You know what I mean? They're not like, hey, actually we made other games. Like, I don't know. It feels like a little category fraud here, just kind of
Maybe it's just
almost across the board.
It's probably just Ad Hoc's like maybe first release as a studio.
It's their first as a studio, yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like, this is like he said, I've made games under different studio names. I don't like I said, it's the same to me. It's the same. It's the exact same shit as the other two.
Honestly,
I don't know anything about Despolote, but
I agree with you to where like if you're thrown a bone, fucking take it.
Yeah,
it's just going to benefit you, and if you have like a weird like, I don't want to say the word pride, but just feeling upset by the fact that your other games weren't being noticed. This one's being noticed, so just fucking take it. Yeah. And I'm gonna vote for it. And I hope you win and you walk on stage and you talk about your old shit. That'll give you a chance to talk about the old games, bro. People are gonna hate me after saying that, but who cares? I sound way too ridiculous. I'm drinking beer, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's a beer. Right. It's the cold, ice cold beer talk.
This is a very tough decision on the next one, Penny.
I got to refresh again. What the hell is wrong with this website? Best mobile game. Okay. I hear a lot of people love Withering Waves.
I don't know shit about that. To me, this is a 2-horse race, pun intended.
Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Uma Musume.
Uma Musume, yeah. That game's fucking beautiful.
Bananas. I gotta throw my boys a bone here.
I'm not leaving my boys out either. Yeah. I'm really not. Sonic Rumble.
I wish that Persona 5, the Phantom X, didn't suck ass, but yeah, it does. Yeah, I wish I could vote for it, but like, it's literally like playing that game is like playing Persona 5, but worse in every single way. It's like
gotcha.
It's like the great. It's like the diet great value.
God
like
damn.
Shasta Cola to the Coca-Cola of Persona 5. Like,
what the fuck? Okay. What about Persona 5 the Phantom X? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking like you were saying that about Withering Waves.
No,
Withering Waves.
The Persona 5 one. It's
okay.
It's almost the exact same story beats, but with like none of the like weight behind them. And like the like gacha stuff is kind of like shoehorned in, and like there's just like fan service stuff of like there's Joker just kind of like shows up in Aura Farms for a second, and it's like, am I supposed to fucking think this is cool? Like, you're just actually making me hate something I love. Like, this game pissed me off. I was really hyped for it. Did not fuck with it.
Yeah, maybe we
should. Rumble.
Yeah, Sonic Rumble. If Sonic Rumble wasn't here, I'd probably vote for Destiny Rising for the meme. Actually, not. Yeah. I'd vote for Pretty Derby just because it's Pretty Derby's like conceptually the fact that it exists. It's a game. Yeah, you're right. It's a game. Yeah. I wish I was not late for the hype of this game, to be honest. That would have been amazing to play on stream. Best VR/AR. Man, I
simply don't give a shit about this.
This sucks ass.
I'm just gonna vote the Midnight Walk because that's like a game. Again, it's a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going for it too. Best action game: Battlefield 6, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi: Art of Vengeance. Brother, I'm going for Ninja Gaiden 4.
I'm gonna go Hades 2, but I respect it.
Yeah, is Hades 2 an actual, like, is that an action game, you would say?
Yeah. I mean, it's a.
Is it more
I
roguelike
would
or
say
more
like.
action?
Well, I would say like well, I mean, at that point, I think you're a little bit splitting hairs because like, is Battlefield 6 an action game or is it a first-person shooter? You know what I mean? Like, if you
It's a
were to
fair
ask
point.
me right now, like, what kind of game is Hades? Is Hades 2? I would say, well, it's a roguelike. I was like, but then I would say, it's like a action game where you're like, dodging and you're getting like bonuses and boons from the gods and different weapons to like build into but like yeah, its action's just so vague. Like all of these games do it in different ways, right?
That's true. I agree with you there. And even with what Jabin's saying, like it's kind of like a dumb genre because every video game has an element of action to it. But when I look at Ninja Gaiden 4, it is if you say I want to play an action game, it's only action that's going down on that fucking video game.
Yeah.
That's why it has my vote. And also, I'm too scared to play the others because they're hard. But Ninja Gaiden 4 looks very forgiving in a way. And the decapitations look fucking sick. And fuck Doom the Dark Ages. I have a weird beef with Doom the Dark Ages actually because of the mistreatment against what's his name? God damn it. I literally know his name every other day of the week except for today when we're recording a video for it. Mick something?
Oh, Mick Gordon.
Yeah, Mick Gordon. Thank you. Mick Gordon wasn't a part of the game, so I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
All right. Next category. Best action / adventure. There you go. Yep,
Yeah,
you guys are right about that.
Yeah, this is somehow even more fake than the last one.
It was, yeah.
But what I will say is I don't think there's anything that embodies like adventure more than like Indiana Jones. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm just probably gonna vote for that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Split Fiction is an
action
adventure game. Like, did you play Split Fiction? Or did you just
but
watch?
I watched you and Honey Badger play every second of it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have
it's
any
an
friends,
adventure
so
game.
I can't play through Split Fiction.
Well, and guess what? The fact that here I do have, as a gamer, as you know, we are on a very level of degeneracy when it comes to gaming. And what I will say is the fact that you have to interact with another human to play the game kind of pisses me off. It's unplayable if you can't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna vote for it anyways because I did play it, so you get my vote. And I had a decent time with it. It was fun. It was cool, and it looked pretty. And nice chill game to hang out with the homie and bro bond, I guess.
There you go.
Best RPG: Avowed, Clair Obscure 33, Kingdom Come, Monster Hunter Wilds, The Outer Worlds. We've got two fucking doozers, both by the same dev team, Obsidian.
So I'm gonna just say something here. Did anybody remember that Avowed existed until they saw this? Like, unironically, like, would this have ever even been on your short list? Just 1,000%.
No.
Real talk. I don't think so.
Like, dude, Avowed. If you like fucking mushrooms and fucking barnacles, then you'll love this fucking game. That's all I'll say. That's all the aesthetic of this game is fucking mushrooms and barnacles.
I actually want to play it. I just didn't want to pay $70 or whatever for it.
I 100%
like 15
don't.
bucks.
I do not want to play that game. There's something about it I think it's ugly as fuck. I hate it. Monster Hunter Wilds was a flop, to what I've heard, wasn't it?
I
A lot of
mean,
people, the Monster Hunter Bros, were like kind of upset about this.
like the like monster like okay, the Monster Hunter like real heads didn't fuck with this
Right.
because it like streamlined a lot of shit and like kind of like their argument is like, oh, it like watered it down. Um, which I'm gonna be honest, those dudes have been saying that about every Monster Hunter ever. Like each one, they're like, oh my god, they're just making games for babies now. It's crazy, and it's every single one they say that. So I don't really listen to that, but like it's objectively not. I think it was the best selling one of the entire
Okay.
franchise.
Because to my knowledge about Monster Hunter is you got the side project games like Monster Hunter like Rising, and there's a couple others, right? And it's kind of an
Like the
experiment.
stories.
Yeah, it's kind of like an experimentation where they kind of like do a little bit. It gives the Capcom room to play around with other mechanics or different themes with the game, and depending on fan reception, depending on what's good and what's bad, they'll incorporate it into the next main game. Is that I think that's kind of like a thing. Um, but I don't know what the previous release for Monster Hunter Wilds was. I haven't played a Monster Hunter game since fucking the Wii. So
Yeah, Rise was the last mainline one.
Rise, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, Rise was a main game,
yeah.
but Rise is only available for like certain consoles, right? Like you can get that on the Switch, and it's like not much exceeding after that.
No, I think it came out on everything.
Did it?
I think it's on PlayStation. I think it's on. I own it on PC. I mean,
Uh,
it was only on Switch initially. Okay.
oh, okay, and it's ported over to Steam as well.
Gotcha.
Okay, shows to know my knowledge on Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter. I'm going to give it to Clair Obscure. Fuck it. I mean, if you think of RPG, where does it go?
Hmm.
That's where
Now,
I'm
see, this
going
is some
with it.
horseshit.
But Kingdom Come Deliverance is an RPG life sim, though. But I feel like I'd be, yeah, no, I can't do that. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I'm just on the next category.
Oh, okay. Best fighting game.
There's two games here. Like
Yeah.
this category kind of pisses me off. Like
I really
Capcom
want.
Fighting Collection and Mortal Kombat Collection, like those are not games.
They're
You know what I'm
not.
saying?
What I will say is I really want Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, but it's wild that it's a nominee for best fighting game. It shows how many fighting games came out this year. Are people still playing this League fighting game?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of probably gonna vote for it just because it's like literally a video game compared to like I said, the two
Yeah.
collections. I think it's just bullshit that they're here. Like that. I guarantee there's like some indie fighting games or something that could have made the cut in place of those that
Yeah.
are actually new video games to be experienced. Um, Fatal Fury is a new game. Virtua Fighter 5 is like basically like an expanded version of an old game, so it's also kind of out.
Yeah.
So really, it's between the two options, and I haven't played Fatal Fury. I have played 2XKO. I didn't like it very much, but like, it's the one that I have played, and it's a new game.
Yeah.
It qualifies.
When I looked at 2XKO, I kind of just thought I should just play Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
But it is a game, so it gets my vote too.
Actually, I'm gonna vote for Fatal Fury. So we're mixing it up. We'll split the difference.
Okay. Best family game.
Lock it in.
Yeah. You know where it's going. It's going to Sonic Racing.
We gotta respect our boy. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, and it's way better than Mario Kart World by like a fucking landslide in my opinion. Mario Kart World feels like every other Mario Kart game since the Wii, in my opinion.
Mm.
And Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is the perfect autistic, like colorful racing game that's like super easy to play too, but it can be challenging depending on like uh yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Beer's talking. Next
There's a
genre.
lot going on in that game.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of category fraud with Split Fiction being in here in the family category too. Like, I don't know. It just feels out of place like next to all these other games. Like it is like I'm not saying it's like fucking Kane and Lynch or something, but it is like noticeably tonally more like dark and mature than the rest of these games. I don't
Yeah.
know.
If
Feels like
Donkey
it's already been in like 5 other places. Like it didn't also need to be here, I feel like.
What I'll say is I have a feeling Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to actually pull this category off. But
Oh, that's guaranteed.
If Mario Kart World beats Sonic Racing, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, Javin, but you know what they mean. Like when you say something's family friendly, you're not saying, "Oh, it's for, like two adult people in a domestic partnership to go watch together." You're like, "Oh, bring the kids." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little different.
All right, next
I see where you're
category.
coming from, but yeah, vote for that Sonic Crossroads.
Best sim / strategy game. Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Civ what is this? 8 or 7?
You got to work on those Roman numerals.
Tempest Rising. I don't have a sundial like you. Tempest Rising, The Altars, and 2-Point Museum. Yeah, it's like as you go back out to your backyard, you're like, what time is it?
Let me get out my
Bro,
abacus and my sundial.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. If I was a multimillionaire, I'm 100% like going to build a sundial. You know how much
sick. Like
you know
a
how
really
much
nice one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you know how big of a flex a fucking sundial is? It's like, bro, I got a sundial in my backyard.
All right, so Jabin, you're riding that ship without me, bud, and I'll tell you why. You can't. Here's something. This is a good lesson for everybody. Just because you like something doesn't mean that the rules don't apply to it. And if I'm gonna sit here and say, oh, you know, Capcom Fighting Game Collection 2 shouldn't be in the fighting game category, and Mortal Kombat shouldn't be in then I'm gonna say Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles should not be in this category because it's a 30-year-old game. I mean, I was saying 25 earlier. Let's be real. This game came out in like 96 or something. Like it's unreal. This should not be here. Even though they did an amazing job with this port of it and the stuff that they added, but it's a fucking 30-year-old game. It should not be here. So my vote's gonna go to The Altars. This game's really fucking cool.
I'm gonna vote for Final Fantasy Tactics. Next category.
Okay.
That's a clip, buddy. Anyways, best sports racing game. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Lock it in. Well, actually, that rematch game actually looks pretty cool. I saw people playing that for a hot minute. That soccer game.
Yeah, I don't know. It like it. I get it. It just doesn't feel like a fucking. It feels so bare bones. Like Sonic Racing Crossworlds is just a sensory experience.
Yeah,
to play that.
I
game.
just wanted to
so
give rematch a shout out, but I'm
gotcha.
putting in Sonic Racing. Absolutely. No football management simulator on this bitch at all anywhere. All right. Best multiplayer game. Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. I'm curious where your vote goes towards this.
I mean, none of this is really my bag. if I'm being honest.
Right.
I do not really give a shit which of these wins. If I'm voting, I don't know. I'm probably gonna vote for Split Fiction here, but like I said, this category isn't really for me. I like my single player games. I like playing with myself, you could say.
Damn. I prefer my buddies to do the work, so
Yeah.
this one's actually it's not a tough decision. It feels weird voting against Night Rain. I had a great time with it, but I will say when it came to Arc Raiders, it's not even like there's no like Arc Raiders is, in my opinion, the best multiplayer game to come out. It is fantastic. It's really good. Um Battlefield 6 is a very good game too. It's kind of like what Battlefield needed. And it like if you're sick of Call of Duty games, if you're that guy, like play Battlefield instead. But yeah, just how easy and accessible a game like Arc Raiders is for an exfil shooter, it's pretty fucking great. And the PvP and PvE elements mix beautifully, so that's got my vote.
I also couldn't vote for it out of spite for Shroud too. That's the thing about it.
That's fine. I feel that.
I probably would have, but I can't.
Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Minecraft movie. That's getting my vote.
The number of times I've said Jake and Jockey this year alone, I mean, I'm not quoting Last of Us Season 2, I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Why is Devil May Cry on here? Is there like a new season that came out this year or something?
I don't know, man. I'm guessing so.
Because I thought this was like an older show. Like maybe a season 2 came out or some shit, but I'll stick with the games. Splinter Cell Death Watch. Never heard of this in my life.
I don't know if anybody has, man.
Yeah, I heard Until
Dude,
Dawn was fucking ass.
Yeah. I wonder like who is this for? Like I don't know. Maybe it's just like I'm not hanging out with them. Maybe there's plenty of them out there, but like I don't know, man. Like whenever the new Battlefield's coming out, like I got people in my life that are like, "Oh man, can't wait for that new Battlefield. Got to play that." Or like the new Call of Duty. Like I'm just like who's the people that are like, "Man, I can't wait for the next Tom Clancy extended universe video game to release." Like like who are those fucking people, man?
Yeah.
Also, welcome back, Lena.
Yo, what's going on, Lena? It's a new show? Okay. And also, I would like to just put this out there because, we're recording for a YouTube video. Anybody who's seen this, please, for the love of God, leave this girl alone off of The Last of Us. God damn. You guys are fucking mean as fuck, dude. Man, the memes earlier this year were fucking like, God damn. Back off. I'll fight you. Gotta refresh my fucking page again.
I've only had to do that once. Yours is just fucked.
Yeah, this is fucked. Most anticipated game. 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, The Witcher 4. We already know who's going to win this, but I really want to vote against it, to be honest. Like, GTA is, I mean, I'm anticipating the game, but the only reason why I'm not anticipating it as much is simply due to the fact I know I'm getting the game for free.
Also, like, I believe everyone, well, I don't know about The Witcher 4, but I believe the rest of these games will come out next year, like, with pretty full certainty. Like, I would totally believe if, like, they were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna put Grand Theft Auto 6 back in the oven for a while, guys. Like, that game could be a 2020 early 2027 release. I think.
I 100% agree with you. I really do. Because they pushed it back to fucking November of 2026.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, it's one like every year for fucking 10 years or some shit at this
I'm-
point. Like, it's just got to change.
I'm gonna be 100% fucking honest with you and everybody. I'm more excited about the fucking anime GTA game than this one. I really am.
Oh, really?
Yes, I am.
Dang.
Yep.
I'm honestly, I'm just not a big Grand Theft Auto fan. Like, I think that I just have never like gotten into the games the way that other people do. Like, to me, it's like not like this big tent pole like franchise that like defines gaming the way that it is for like all these other people, I guess. Like, I've played every one of them since San Andreas, and like I like them well enough, but like I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just like it's not on this like mythical, like legendary status for me the way it is for a lot of folks, I guess.
Yeah. And with everything I said, I'm voting for GTA 6.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
coward. I'm probably out of it for me. It's a toss up between The Witcher 4 and Resident Evil Requiem. Probably gonna go with Resident Evil though. That'll be dope.
All right. Content Creator of the Year. Cadril, Kai Sinat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miko, and the Burnt Peanut.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The person here that I watch the most is gonna be Moist Critical, but I like he doesn't make content. Like you know what I mean? Like when he doesn't, he provides like the like sort of least like it's almost like I follow him just to be like aware of things, but it's like if you actually think about his content, he very rarely actually provides like any kind of like a stance or a message or like a particular like idea in it. Is just kind of like he says the thing sort of as it happened and then has like some kind of goofy analogy or like says something, you know, like kind of crass about it. That's the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing those member YouTube member only videos. Maybe he's really cranking some heaters out over there. But it's just like I feel like it's just kind of it's the same setup. He sits in front of the microphone in the same position, the same T-shirt, and says the same damn thing 6,000 times a year, and that's the content. I don't know.
I heavily disagree.
Really?
Yes, you have not seen this man try 30 different flavors of Pop-Tarts in a video. But that's the meme. But he has done that actually. But the point to what I like with Moist Critical is Moist Critical he's like the perfect example of like he's definitely a YouTuber more than a streamer, because I think a lot of people like to look at a streaming aspect. But for Moist Critical, what I like is he's the variety YouTuber. So people subscribe to the channel just for the fact that he is him as a character. Like, people appreciate him. And if he says topics about things, like, yes, he does keep everybody up in the loop with a bunch of different things. But Moist Critical also is very good at like doing a bunch of different side projects and stuff. Like let's see, like he has like a side channel where like it's kind of like his own take of, you know, 20 dudes in one like 20 girls and one virgin or whatever. Like he has that shit going on. And what's a better way of explaining this so I can make you look stupid in front of everybody online? I guess like, yeah, like I think like basically everything you explained of why like this isn't content, like in my opinion, that is the content. Because if there's a catchphrase or a parable that I've heard that's impacted me the most in life is it doesn't matter what is being said. It's who says it. And Moist Critical says it, and I care. But my vote's going towards the peanut.
Yeah, I'm just like probably not gonna vote because I don't really give a shit about this category.
Yeah.
I'm just like I said, you really went off on that whole thing. I was
Yeah.
saying he's the one out of this that I probably watched the most. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, this whole
Like you don't
thing
hate him,
feels
it's just
so-
about like, yeah, I feel you.
well, the whole thing just feels like strange to me because it's like I don't know, like like this whole content creator of the year thing just feels like out of place on this like board. But if I'm like thinking about it, like what I would want this category to be is like I would want like somebody who's like kind of like hosting events and like putting shit on, and like it's not like to me it shouldn't be about like necessarily like oh who's like gaming on whatever this week. It's like
Well, your
who-
vote should go towards Kai Cenat then.
I know that's what I'm saying. If I was going to vote, that's probably who I would vote for. But
Hey, just vote
like,
for him.
fuck, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
he did the Streamer University. That was pretty groundbreaking. I mean, to be honest, like renting out an entire college campus to have a bunch of Looney Tunes run around and scream, like that's nobody's done that before, and the production value is actually pretty crazy too. But who's K-Drill? Do you know who that guy is? He just looks like a fucking professional gamer, like he plays League of Legends.
Yeah, he's got his gunner glasses on, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard his name, but like I've never tuned in.
Okay. I've never
I
even
also
heard of
don't
him.
know who this VTuber girl is.
You
pretty
think
much at all.
You think I'm guessing she just like got popular this year is my guess if she's on this list. Peanut got popular this year too.
Yeah, I'm probably skipping this next one too. I'll level with you.
Best esports game.
I
Oh,
don't give a shit about any of this.
I think this is what I did last year. For best esports game, I just gave a vote to League of Legends. Just because I respect the game. Like the only reason why I'd give a vote to League of Legends is because the introduction to their
Counter-Strike.
events is like a symphony.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other game does that.
Yeah, except when they had they're cool in my book, except for when they had Imagine Dragons make their fucking song for their world championships that one year.
Oh, I think it went pretty hard this year, if I remember right.
It's a tough beat.
That is a tough beat.
I'm gonna vote for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Actually, I want the underdog to win.
Now this one, I have no idea about the esports athletes.
Where's Evil Poland at?
He would get my vote if he was here. That man is a fucking athlete. Just vote for the League of Legends guy, Chovy.
You can do it. I can't be voting on this shit. I simply don't care, and I don't care about the team either. So I'm out. I'm done.
The team
404.
Team Liquid PH Mobile Legends. Bang bang. All right, we'll just give it to the League of Legends guys. And we're done.